So
we did do a podcast.
We did. We decided to throw you a bone.
So we are doing Giving Tuesday now on RadioU. RadioU is what the Riot is the morning show on. And we normally do a spring fundraiser to help the Riot and to help RadioU, but that did not happen. So instead, Giving Tuesday now is a way to support nonprofits, including RadioU, that need the help during this time. So that's what we're doing, and we have a small podcast that we can at least give you today.
RadioU.com/donate or click on donate, however you prefer. So today in the podcast, we talk about ice cream.
We do. Oh, that's the best part of it, isn't it?
It's probably the best part, isn't it?
I can keep talking about it.
We talk about shopping because we talk about Carl.
We do.
What else do we talk about?
Well,
we can
leave the rest of it as a surprise.
It really has runs. Oh, taking baths.
Oh, and the nurses with the porch piracy who are stealing. Yeah, that's something.
It's pretty hilarious.
That's something that's in here.
So there you go.
So I'm sorry it's shorter, but the rest of the morning. Yeah, the rest of the morning we had Giving Tuesday now.
Yeah, so feel free to, if you guys want to support RadioU and Giving Tuesday now, make sure you mention the podcast in your giving, so that way we know how awesome the podcast is.
Just put it in the comment section. But any support today, not just at RadioU. My favorite one has been just a reminder to be extra nice today.
Yeah.
Let's usher in a new sense of niceness as we're a lot of places now required to wear more masks and frowny faces and grumpiness. Put a smile on. Smile with your eyes. That's possible.
Right.
But if you're doing a lot of deliveries today, maybe tip a little extra. That's tough for a lot of the drivers and stuff. So it's all a part of Giving Tuesday now.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Wow. Not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on RadioU.
Not just any Tuesday.
It's a Giving Tuesday now, which is a little bit different than if you've ever experienced Giving Tuesday before. We're going to start in about an hour.
Yeah.
Michael will hang out with us. Really, it's just
so
a day.
Be on your best behavior is what she's trying to say.
Get it together by then. No, it's different. It's not like a normal traditional fundraiser day for us, but it's important. We didn't have our spring fundraiser. We're still trying to figure that all out. So if you can help support us along with thinking about donating to other nonprofits, especially those that are helping with first responders or families of those really affected with the coronavirus, that is really what today's about, to kind of give a little at a time when maybe we're not. Donate a little extra for a tip. Be a little extra nicer to people today. It's a Giving Tuesday now.
It is kind of cool to just think a day that's just about giving.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do today? What can I do today? How can I give back today? So just something to think about. And if RadioU's a place you want to do that, RadioU.com/donate. I want to say hi to Wes. He texted a picture to us. I love this. He says that because of having to work from home, his kids see him during the day. And so his oldest daughter made him a sign that's drawing of a cup of coffee. And it says, "My dad runs on coconut coffee, Trader Joe's, and RadioU."
Oh, cute. Thank you for sending that in.
That's because the Riot makes the world not go round.
But do you see how it's a partnership with coffee? Or with other things like snacks, with food? Like, we are there to bridge the gap between so many other things.
The Riot is proud to partner with coffee to wake you up every single morning.
Or in the afternoon. Early, though. You don't want to stay up till late. You want to make sure to not have too much caffeine too late in the day.
I've taken to sometimes a cup of decaf in the afternoon.
A little something, right?
You know what that means? Like when you're drinking decaf in the afternoon, you just want to get the taste.
You're desperate.
You just want to get the taste. You know what that means?
Desperate.
Like you're graduating to problem status. You're graduating to problem status.
Oh, was that Wes, though, you said?
Yes.
Wes, thank you for tweeting or texting that in to us.
Yes, indeed. So, hey, again, feel free to say, hey, 8772-RADIO-U.
You thought they were bad live? Well, just wait until you hear this. The Worst of the Riot podcast with Obadiah and Nikki.
And I want to say hi to Aaron. Aaron just sent in this very important Cinco de Mayo update. And that is what's happening at Taco Bell today.
What are they doing?
Taco Bell is offering the at-home taco bar today. $25. It gives you ingredients for tacos that you can build as you want. They say it feeds up to 6 people. Which means it's probably good for you and a friend.
You and a friend can
maybe
plow through that.
Maybe.
And there's no judgment to that, all right? 6 is just suggested.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it what it is. It's a cleanse at home. Many of you have been needing to get a good cleanse on.
We've been eating some unhealthy things during our quarantine.
No, I was going to say you've been doing ridiculous things like making your own food and, making smart choices about what to eat.
I don't know many that have.
Taco Bell is here to make sure that these bad habits you're developing don't continue.
Taco Bell, think of this as like their meal kit. The ones that you could have sent to you at home. This is Taco Bell's version of it.
Think of it as a retox. Mm-hmm. Okay? You want to get those toxicity levels back up where they belong.
So they're going to send it to you, so you just pick it up through the drive-thru?
Yes, I believe so.
Does it fit through the drive-thru?
Does it? I don't know.
I'm envisioning a big box. I wasn't sure. They used to have the party nacho pack for like a bunch of people.
Okay.
And maybe they're just using that box, which
it probably is.
It's thin and long, so it slides through the window.
Well, I'm looking at the Taco Bell blog, which I didn't know was a thing, but the Bell blog, and it doesn't show any photos of what it comes in, so I'm not really sure about that. But I don't know. What do they got there? A bunch of tortillas, some chips, queso.
Can't they just make it? I just order that.
Isn't it supposed to you got more?
No, and I don't even want to party. I just want it done. So.
I will tell you that one of my roommates and I, a couple of times, have done the Panda Express family pack or whatever, and that was enough for us to eat 2 meals off of.
Nice.
Now that depends on how much you eat. So
again, why are we putting these limitations?
Let's not put numbers on it.
I don't want someone going into this going, well, the riot said this was for 6 people, and then you go get depressed if you eat all of it.
Taco Bell said it was for 6 people.
You don't worry. You just eat what you want to eat.
We're just telling you what the corporate overlords said.
Because they have to.
So, and just to be clear, our informing you that this exists is in no way saying that this is a good idea.
Nope.
In fact, I'd go the other way.
For Cinco de Mayo, a lot of people feel like they want to do something.
Yeah, so live, all right, and experience something other than the inside of your bathroom for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
You know what?
You're the one who always gets sick at it, but not everybody.
Maybe the riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the riot on RadioU.
Now, this is not necessarily the best study that's ever been done. It's sample size 45 people.
That's actually pretty small.
That is small. So I think we should take this with more than a grain of salt. You might get a whole bag of Epsom because it is about bathing, Nikki.
Yeah.
So they say that taking a bath can be a solid way to ease the symptoms of depression.
Ooh.
They say afternoon baths. They say one of the things that depressed people deal with is a disruption to their circadian rhythm. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is in taking this bath, it raises your body temperature. They say the goal was to raise it 2 degrees by taking a hot bath. And then your body will actually cool and
get you ready for bed?
They said it'll help you sleep better, but they actually don't know exactly what it is about the process that seems to help.
But do we have to watch when you take the bath though? Because you're saying afternoon, but is it what if you take it too late at night and you're too hot? Does that disrupt your sleep?
I don't know what it means.
You can't take a morning bath? I don't know.
So they say that anything that you can do to make the circadian rhythm in your body stronger actually is good for depression. Which that's true and not true. They were talking about, this helps your body naturally create melatonin, which will help you fall asleep at a good time.
Sure.
I get that. But I'll tell you what, man, I've been back to taking melatonin. That stuff makes me wake up all night. When I take it, it absolutely helps me go to sleep. But
staying asleep is the problem.
I cannot stay asleep if I take melatonin.
That supplement, the magnesium,
yeah,
and the other thing, that's supposed to help you stay asleep.
Magnesium?
It's magnesium and something else. I forget.
Do I Google it under those terms?
No, but I have it at home, and it's really good.
Take a picture of the bottle for me.
Yeah, it's super good to take, and you're only supposed to take it after you eat when you're all ready for bed, and then It helps you sleep through the night. It's not solely dedicated just for that, but it's just the product of it.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. I like where this is going.
So you could always take an early afternoon bath.
Do you know what? Here's a little something you guys might not know about me. I've been taking afternoon baths.
And naps? Naps and baths?
No. Sometimes I'll nap in the bath.
Okay, gotcha.
And I know what they say. They're like, you're going to drown in there. Nope.
He's fine.
I'll just tell you, once a growing boy reaches a certain size.
You can
And here in the
sleep the whole night
here in the United States, in my neighborhood, baths only have a certain size as well.
It'll never go over.
And so,
you're fine.
Unless I could somehow manage to lay down face first in my bath, which I also don't think is possible, it's okay.
Well, bathtubs are just not. If you have a generously sized bathtub, then maybe, but not the everyday one.
I mean, I think my bath's a little longer than like the bathtub I had when I was growing up as a kid, but don't worry. I'm like President Taft. One of these days, I'm going to get stuck in there.
But until then, you're fine.
It's good. Or was it Cleveland? I don't know. Somebody got stuck in a bathtub.
That's an interesting study, though. So if you deal with some sort of depression later in the day, or maybe that leads to it being harder for you to fall asleep, this could be helpful.
Well, they're just saying that one of the symptoms of depression is difficulty with sleep in general. And man, I can tell you that is true. And they say this is an option. Now, remember, very small sample size.
Everybody's different.
In some ways, you could call this garbage science, but I know this for sure. An afternoon bath is pretty great.
Put some salts in it.
I can say that and without any question.
No study needed.
Right.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You know the drill. Today is Tuesday. Woo!
Cinco de Mayo and Giving Tuesday now, which is an important day to help nonprofits, companies that are helping with first responders, those dealing with medical issues, problems because of the coronavirus, but also just nonprofits in general that have been affected. And for RadioU, we are a nonprofit. We do not play commercials. This is how we get our support, by donations from listeners. And we were not able to have our spring fundraiser. That was at the start of the stay at home and not the right time for that. So today's a day to also help RadioU stay on the air, since that's how we get our support.
So what do? You just go to RadioU.com, click on donate.
Yep.
And we actually have information there all about like what Giving Tuesday is, et cetera, et cetera,
and
et
it's
cetera.
Giving Tuesday now.
Giving Tuesday now. Because it's different than regular Giving Tuesday. Nikki, I see here that maybe first responders are getting hit a little harder than we thought. We got 2 people in Kennewick, Washington, dressed as nurses that are going door to door stealing packages.
I don't think they're nurses. I think they're wearing that so that people will not say something. They won't say anything to them. And on one hand, that's genius. On the other hand, that is so bad.
I don't condone it, but there's part of me that's just like,
wow.
Hey, good one.
Good one. Just when I thought you couldn't think of any other way to do porch piracy, that they threw another layer into it.
Oh, man.
So they're on a bunch of cameras.
It's so low. It's just so low.
So they get out of their car, go up to there, steal the packages, put them in their trunk, and then drive off. And they're both wearing scrubs.
And they've got like what look like nurses' badges.
Lanyards.
And they've got rubber gloves. So they look like they belong. It's like somebody
I bet you the gloves are also because what they think is to keep them safe.
I don't think so. I think it's part of the getup.
Part of the outfit?
Yeah, because with this, okay, there are certain things that you don't question. Like, you see a police officer, oftentimes you don't question. You're like, you know what? They're a cop. They can do what they want. Or, a doctor, like, well, I'm sure the doctor knows what he's doing probably. Same with a nurse. You're like, God bless you, first responders, for what you're doing out there.
And they're not nurses.
They're not that.
So be aware. I don't know if I didn't catch the story on if they figured out who they were or caught them, but it's only a matter of time. Most people, at least if you went on a route to like steal a bunch of things, someone's going to have a camera nowadays.
Oh, yeah, they've totally got pictures.
Like, I don't know how or why people still go to try to steal a bunch of things and not think they're going to get caught. Someone will figure out who they are.
Well, they're working on it.
And now,
but as of now, I mean, for all we know, they caught him last night at 11 p.m.
Yeah,
but I can tell you, like, as of right now, they're on the loose.
And I know that, they probably, I don't know if police go after actively trying to figure out porch pirates, but because of what they've done with the uniforms, someone will make it their point to go and figure out who
they're going to make that personal.
They've been moved up in the line of trying to figure out these crimes. They've been bumped up because of their choice.
They're going to make it personal.
So I think they will.
Poor choice. Aww. Like brilliant and poor.
At the same time.
Exact same time.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
Dude, I gotta say hi to Carl. Carl's been texting us for the last few days about what he has been doing.
Yeah. Is he the one who got the VR headset?
He is.
With his stimulus, maybe?
No, he says he's been saving money for months.
He just got it?
So he bought the Valve Index. That's I believe, the most expensive of all the VR stuff that's out there. And so he said he wanted the best of the best. So like he saved his money and got it. Mm-hmm. And so he has been texting us about it for the last few days.
I didn't see. Did you like him?
Oh,
or does he like it?
He's just enamored with how awesome it is. So good for him. The thing that's cool about the Valve Index is they have these special controllers that do fingers.
First off, it sounds like a temperature thing, like
a Valve Index.
Yeah, it sounds like. Have you checked the Valve Index today?
Have you checked it? Oh, you're up.
Oh no, get inside!
You're dying, man.
It's not the heat index.
Yeah, Carl's been sending us some memes.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's enjoying
messages.
it.
Yeah, dude, he seems to be having a good time there. So. It's fine. I've been playing with my VR headset. That's been fun.
But yours does not have the finger stuff. You have to have the controllers, or what's the difference?
The Oculus Rift. These are controllers too, but like your hands fit. Basically, think about like if you got a mace thing that goes in your hand, where it straps to your hand so you don't have to hold it. It's like that. A little bigger, but it's like that. Those like. I'm running and I have a mace can.
So that's the Oculus Rift one that you have?
No, that's what he has.
He has, okay.
The Index. Man,
it's too much. It's too much to know all these things.
It runs together and I know what they are.
You're the one who's supposed to know all these. How can a normal person just understand all this?
Supposed to know all this stuff. I will tell you, like lately, it's got to be the being stuck inside thing, but like I just feel like I've lost all control when it comes to spending money. Now I actually have managed control, but I've just been tempted to buy stuff where I'm just like, what? Why are you doing that? They had a sale over the weekend, a video game sale, and I was like, I'm buying everything. And so I sat down and I actually said to myself, I was like, you have whatever you want.
Just whatever you want.
Whatever you want. You can buy anything you want, whatever. I didn't buy anything. But I sat
maybe
down.
That helped.
It must have, because like I filled my cart. I was like, I got all these games, and then it was just like, what are you doing? Like, you don't want this?
But sometimes the act of putting it in the cart is enough.
I feel like that's
what you wanted. That was the high that you wanted.
That I was just going to say that to me seems to communicate like you're in a worse shape than you thought. You don't even want the game. You just wanted the rush of putting it in the cart.
Everybody's like that.
What is wrong?
Everybody's doing that same thing. Whether
right.
It's a game in a cart or an ice cream in a bowl, it's the same thing. It's how we're making our way through this.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, the new hotness in ice cream. I thought about you, and I actually forgot to reach out this weekend.
If you haven't noticed, or if I didn't tell you enough, this quarantine stay-at-home thing, my thing has been ice cream. Mostly in the beginning. I think I've tapered out, but I still have had way more ice cream than I ever have.
Don't you think you've just kind of gotten, like, you're not looking for the rush like you were at the beginning?
Still am sometimes.
Sometimes, okay.
There's still, I'll get in the car and we'll go get it. It's like I'm getting a drive and ice cream.
Well, that's exactly what I'm looking at here. This is in Colorado Springs. There was a place there called BJ's Velvet Ice Cream, I believe. And they've been in business for 66 years. And this past Saturday was their second busiest day of all time.
Really?
They did a drive-through ice cream thing where I haven't seen a photo of it. I don't know if they normally have a drive-through.
Or if they just made one.
Right. That's what a place in my community did.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, it's our first ice cream drive-through. And so
they'll just stand outside and hand it to you.
It's exactly what they did. You pull up, order, they get your stuff to you. And they made a drive-through where typically they have not had one. And I will tell you, this place is normally so busy anyway. I almost never go over there because I'm like, you know what? I don't have 3 hours to get ice cream today.
And now it was even more.
I can't even fathom what the line had to have been like to get ice cream.
Well, it's good because those places that's actually supporting local businesses.
Oh, totally.
A lot of times if you look like, look, we're supporting local, you bought a chain. It's not actually a local place, but these smaller businesses really need the help. So that's a great idea. I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. And I also think that it sounds really good.
Yes, it does.
Man, they do this. They call it a Buckeye freeze. I don't know what it is, but it's basically a sundae that's peanut butter and chocolate and hot chocolate, whipped cream and stuff and people and Reese cups
all mushed together.
It's just all in a big pot of love stew.
Love that. All right,
but you know, we're focused and we're here to Giving Tuesday now, and we don't need to be thinking about that right
There's
now.
Nothing we can do about it. We're stuck here for now.
Yeah, and no, we're not stuck here. We've chosen to be here of our free will, and we're excited.
It's not ice cream time yet. Let's wait till the end of Giving Tuesday now, and maybe there's ice cream at the end.
Maybe we should. We'll just have a little ice cream there when it's over.
Instead of a pot of gold, it's a pot of ice cream.
Sure.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Too many guys got the stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's The Riot on Radio U.
I like to be behind the times, way behind. Something that's popular, I like to get into it a couple of years later.
Oh, no, you're more usually like 6 or 7
6
months. Yeah, I think so.
It's like, hey, did you see that new movie? I'm waiting.
He has to wait.
Apparently, that's my thing now. So I saw Nikki, I haven't seen, actually, Extraction on Netflix.
Oh, the Chris Hemsworth one?
Everybody's just like, oh, it's so good.
They actually said it's a pretty good movie. People seem to like it. Normally, I don't hear except when they're bad.
Well, yeah.
So, was it Mark Wahlberg who did one a month or two ago?
Spencer Unlimited or something?
People said that one was kind of bad, though it got huge numbers.
Wow.
People watched it. And then what was the one before that was super bad? The one at Christmas
Underground 6?
The Ryan Reynolds one.
Something 6 Underground. That's what it was.
Bad.
It was terrible. I still hold to the first 15 minutes are amazing.
But they actually had trending, I think it was 17 minutes, because they said that's when everybody turned it off. Because there was an actual point in the movie where it's like, this is really bad now.
It's real.
So those type of movies traditionally are very flashy, but not always the most depth to them.
Well, here's the thing I didn't know. The Russo brothers directed it. Those are the Avengers guys.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
That's the one. Listen, no offense to Chris Hemsworth, but that's what they should have been leading with.
Oh, to promote it?
Yeah, because Netflix is good at getting high-profile actors to star in really bad movies.
Sure.
But, tell me the people behind the scenes matter a little bit.
Well, I mean, are you still going to watch it? Are you going to give it 5 more months?
I don't know. I mean, but did you see the news?
No, what was it?
They're going to make a sequel.
They are?
They're doing Extraction 2. More extracting.
More extracting.
Further extracting.
Isn't he like some guy who has to go in and
extract?
And extract. He's got to save a little boy, I think.
That's what the first one is.
It's in my queue. I want to watch it.
The second one, it's probably like he saves a little girl.
Yeah, they go back again.
Yeah. Extraction 2, back again.
They try to take the boy again, and now he's really mad. He's double mad.
Extraction 2, kidnapped again.
And he's not going to have it.
Renapped.
It's usually got to be the person's got to get called back into action.
Yeah,
he's retired.
Oh, he's retired. He's like, after the things he's seen and the things he had to do, he couldn't possibly go back in.
So they call him back in to fix it.
It's
there
bad.
We go. We wrote it.
It's bad, John. It's really bad.
Good for them, though. They say it's actually a very good action movie.
Well, I haven't seen it, but they're going to make a sequel, which, I mean, I could be wrong, but isn't this the first time Netflix has made a sequel to any movie ever?
That's a really good question.
I don't think
to
so.
their shows, yes, but to a movie?
Well, yeah, to their shows, they get a second season, then they kill him. But the movies, it's like movie, and then they kill it.
Oh, that's an interesting point. I don't think so.
I didn't hear Bright 2 come out.
Well, no one did.
They didn't do 7 Underground. Wait, no, they did do a sequel to the comedy, All the Boys I...
Oh, the love one.
Yeah, they did a sequel to that, didn't they?
Well, the book already has a second and a third book, so I don't know if that necessarily counts.
I feel like it counts.
Okay, we'll take it.
All right.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. We're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, Nikki, I didn't really take this seriously, but apparently the meat shortage could be a thing.
They're saying it actually is something big.
Well, we gotta go out and get a burger right now.
Well, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. It's not like the toilet paper.
No, I'm stockpiling. I got toilet paper and beef for days.
You can't do that.
Why not? Who says who?
Well, I mean, I guess you can, but then that takes away the opportunity for everybody else to have some.
Listen, if the toilet paper shortage taught me anything, it's I gotta get mine.
You have to have a little extra saved to the side.
I gotta have mine. So all of you that stupid friend you had that's like, yeah, we bought a cow. We
need to do that.
We got a freezer and put a whole cow.
Listen, we like hamburgers.
It's pretty smart.
We can't be losing out on this.
I got to go get a burger today.
So they were saying, the article I read a bit was like Wendy's. There's certain locations that might run out of beef.
What?
Costco, they were saying it's now all limited to just one only.
They're
when you go
rationing
in,
the beef.
Everybody's rationing beef, and chicken's hard too.
Well, that's all I eat. Beef and chicken. Mostly chicken, but chicken and beef.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
Don't panic, because when we panic,
too late.
That's when things get worse. We've got to keep a clear mind about this.
Listen, I have a tendency to not believe anything that I see on the news.
No, this one's real.
It is real.
Yeah, this one is real.
What? Mm-hmm. Man, well, you know what? Let's just start eating the murder hornets. It's a murder hornet burger. So you just catch them.
It's an impossible murder hornet.
It is. Impossible murder hornet burger. You take it, you grind it up, you put it on the grill, you barely know the difference. It tastes just like a hamburger.
You could have murder hornet fingers instead of chicken fingers.
Perfect. You know, you just batter them and fry them.
Oh, instead
Make
of
sure you get the stinger out.
It's raising hornets.
Whatever. It's great.
Well, then that's a creative option, and I'm not going to say no to that yet.
I'm going to take these lemons and make lemonade, or as Grandma used to say, you take these murder hornets and make burgers.
That's what you got to do. You got to be creative.
Same thing.
Let's just shelve that to the side, and we'll see. Maybe if we need it. It depends on how things go.
Okay. All right. It's fine.
But I don't know what else to tell everybody. It might be a thing. You just need to be prepared.
So what do I eat instead?
Well,
because I'm not supposed to remember.
Pork is no one's saying that one's out. No one eats that as much.
When aren't we supposed to not eat bread because bread's bad? We're supposed to eat meat.
Man, we're going to gain more weight.
That's right.
Darn it!
Look at you.
No one's saying pizza's losing it.
Look at you. You're blowing up like a hornet sting.
Because we could be eating the murder hornets.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well,
it's cool, though.
Just a heads up.
Andy just texted he took his Trump bucks and bought a quarter of a beef.
A cow?
Apparently. He said quarter of a beef.
The Riot. Radio U.
Hey, speaking of masks, you know what I got yesterday?
What'd you do? What'd you get?
I got my red mask.
Oh, it came in.
It did. I actually found it, the package this morning.
We must be more with more details. The band Red was selling their own masks that you could have, and Obi bought one too.
It is funny how it all came in at once. Last night I got my, it wasn't last night, it was a couple days ago. I got my Amazon masks. Now we have the masks that were donated to us, and I bought the red mask.
You've got plenty. You got plenty.
Yeah, I figure if I just kind of layer up on them.
You should be good.
You know, I'm back to this whole meat shortage thing. I'm getting concerned.
Why?
Because I'm going to have a fear burger today. And that's what I'm calling it, too. I am being driven to go out and eat meat out of fear of there not being meat. And the fear of there not being meat and me going out and eating meat is going to cause the shortage.
It causes more of a shortage. They were saying We woke up this morning with a lot of the news being meat is an actual thing that will be, is ration the right word? But, when you go and buy it, there's just not going to be a lot there. And that's something we can expect in the next coming weeks.
They said some Wendy's are not going to they don't have hamburgers. And I'm going right to Wendy's as soon as this is over.
Where you're going?
I'm going, as soon as I'm done with my part of Giving Tuesday, I'm going straight to Wendy's. And I am not leaving until I get a Wendy's burger.
Well, then at that point, by the way, that's people going to RadioU.com. They're donating for Giving Tuesday now. If you haven't heard about that, Michael will join us in a minute to explain it a bit more. But yeah, they're saying even then at that point, chicken's been hard to find since the start of the stay at home.
I had chicken last night. I didn't know it was the last time.
It's not the last time.
What if it is?
It's not. Don't panic.
I'm buying a ton of chicken today.
Don't panic.
You think what?
Don't panic.
Okay, I'm not panicking.
They're going to limit you.
I'm pan frying.
And that's it. And that's about it.
Okay.
They're going to limit you. You just have to be aware.
You know what? First they closed the buffets and I said nothing. Right?
And then now you have to wear a mask everywhere and you're fine. You're going to do that.
Nothing.
You said nothing.
I bought my masks. But listen, I have to draw some lines in my life. If you're telling me that I can't get the access to chicken fingers that I need in order to maintain my lifestyle and my weight, by the way.
Okay, wait. We've been at this for like 7 weeks, haven't we,
Yeah.
with all this? And this is where you're finally starting to lose it.
Yes,
This
it
is where it was too much.
Nikki, listen, I've been hitting the drive-thrus a lot. It's how I've been staying sane and getting fattened up.
Fit.
And fit. That's right. And so now all of a sudden you're telling me that I could go to a drive-thru and they're like, listen, blubber boy, we don't have what you need. Keep going. And it's like, you guys have been my dealer for years. Don't tell me Don't tell me supply is drying up. I can't.
It could be a problem. So you better go, I guess.
Man, I'm hitting all the drive-thrus.
Oh my gosh, you're going to freeze them? All right, everybody's at the website donating.
You're going to freeze your little hamburger. I'm going to be like, okay, I need 12 Caniac combos, and I'm going to Wendy's next.
And then just freeze them all and have them later.
And I'm putting them in the freezer, and I'm numbering them, and I tell you what, if I find somebody eating one of my frozen meals, they have had it.
Like, do you eat frozen meals? Yes, I do. And then you pull out a hamburger. I eat frozen meals all the time. This is the part we need to be worried about.
It's fine. I feel good. It's fine. I just need to calm down. And I need to get out of here. Hurry.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
Have you heard about the meat shortage?
Yes, we've already talked about the meat shortage. You're going to have to be okay with it while we're still here. You're going to have to.
Hey, for real, did you see that the world deadlift record was set over the weekend?
Yeah, it's the mountain guy, isn't it?
I had it set for us to talk about it yesterday. We ran out of time. But yeah, it's the dude who on Game of Thrones played a guy called The Mountain. Mm-hmm. 6 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs 452 pounds. And he deadlifted.
How tall is he?
He's 6'9".
He is? Wow.
That's a big guy.
I guess.
He's one of those people that he's very, he's a power lifter. And when you see a photo of him, if you just see a photo of him,
I don't think he looks that big.
He's not, as Michael would no doubt say, oddly proportioned. You're welcome, Michael. But he just looks like a normal-ish guy.
Yeah.
And then when you see him standing next to somebody else, you're like, oh my gosh.
That's when you notice how big he actually is.
Huge.
Wow.
Yeah. So he deadlifted 1,102 pounds.
He was at Thor's Power Gym in Iceland on Saturday, which is where they live streamed it.
So did you watch it?
I did not, but I saw it trendings and I wondered what it was. Actually, when I thought of it first, I thought, well, did he do this in his house? Because I assumed he'd be at a stay-at-home place, but I don't think in Iceland, they were able to still do it there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't quite tell how many people are in the crowd, but I'll have to say, watching it, this is so dumb, but I was excited about it. I was like, wow, it's something to see. And again, he makes it, I know he is very tall and very strong or whatever, but when you just look at him, and again, there's nobody else in the video, he just looks like a regular guy just deadlifting whatever.
I can't get over he's 6'9". I never knew that. Nikki,
they say that great strength is revealed not in the difficulty of doing something, but the ease in which you can do it.
Well, it seemed like it was pretty easy.
He looks pretty dang strong. I feel like he probably could have thrown a couple more pounds on there.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So if you see that trending or floating around, that was from Saturday when he did the world record lift.
Amazing, dude. It makes me want to go to the gym, but I can't. So I guess I don't want to.
So never mind.
No big deal.
You can do it at home. There's a place you could always start.
Okay. I actually have gotten my weights out at home. And I put basically everything I could fit onto one bar. And I think it might be 100 pounds.
Oh, you don't have as many?
Maybe. And so I've been, you know what? I've been using it, just a lot of reps. But I was like, you know what? I got to do something.
This is all you got.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm doing that thing I said I'd never do. I'm watching TV and lifting weights. It's getting weird in the basement, guys.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
I think I love you, Smokey Bear.